Hello, my name is Anya, and in this video, we're going to work with the WhatsApp API and a webhook to retrieve a message containing an image that someone sends to us via WhatsApp and save it in our database. Starts with the assumption that you have already made a Meta account, set up WhatsApp integration, and set up a webhook, and you're able to send yourself a message, and all of that works. I have two videos, I'll link them in the description box below, that are going to get you caught up till this point. Now, we want to modify our webhook to work if someone sends a media message. So that means a message with an audio, a video, or an image. All of these are the same, so I'm going to choose with an image and demonstrate that. To do this, we need to go over here to our Postman WhatsApp webhook collection. We used this in the previous video, but you can also find this just by searching up Meta WhatsApp webhook Postman file and forking this to your own collection. Then under Cloud API, we want to go down here. Last time we used this receive a text message, but we want to go to received a media message with image. Just like last time, we're going to make this a post and then paste in our URL. We want to click detect data, and this is the URL that we're pasting over here, and then just click send. And we see success. If we go back over here, we can see what WhatsApp is sending to our application, and now we can click save. Pretty straightforward, but actually, they aren't sending us anything here that actually contains the image. The closest they're sending is this image ID, which is just going to be a string of numbers. So how do we actually retrieve the image? This uses another API call. Go here and just create an image. And this is where we're going to store the image that we get. Then we're going to go down here and choose API connector. You may or may not already have an API category called WhatsApp. If not, just make another. We want to add another call. This is going to be a call to get the media URL. We're given the media ID. We need to somehow get the media URL. And feel free to pause the video and just type this in. It's going to be https://graph.facebook.com, which is the root for all of their API calls, /v18.0/ and then this is going to be in square brackets media ID. Since it's in square brackets, it's going to automatically go over here, and we have to give it a value. This needs to be an actual value of a media. I'm going to type in an ID that does 26124889389000437. You can just search this up, or in a similar fashion to how we save the value of a text message, you can save the ID, but for the sake of everyone's time, I'm just going to use one that I already know works. Now we can initialize the call. This is going to return a URL, which is what we really want, and then some of these other stuff. Now I'm going to click save. We need yet another call. This one is going to be download media. Now that we have a URL of an image as given here, we need to call that URL to actually get our image. So I'm going to make it again and just type in the URL. This whole URL is going to be dynamic, something that we retrieve from here. I'm going to show you now the approach that you would do to get a valid media ID if you didn't already have one. Under message content, let's add another one, which is going to be body, and let's make this a text. This is where we're going to store the URL once we get it. Now from here, we're going to add a workflow to create a new thing of type message content. And we're going to set body equal to get data from an external API. And the API we're going to choose is our WhatsApp Get Media URL API, which we already have set up. We're going to make the media ID dynamic, which is going to take our request data, entries, first items, changes, first items, value messages, first items, image ID. This is going to return a valid media ID, and then we want to get the URL from that. Let's go to I'm going to go to my WhatsApp account. And upload an image. This is going to send something to my webhook over here. We can go to data, app data, and we can see that we have retrieved a valid URL. From there, we can go to plugins and put in the value like that. Uncheck blank and click initialize call. This API call returns a non-object and we return JSON. We have to tell Bubble what type of return they're looking for, and this is actually going to be an image. Now, if we initialize the call, it works, and this is what's returned, which is the image that I sent. Now let's modify this, and instead of making the body the URL, we want to actually set image equal to something. And this is going to be a series of nested API calls. We want to get data from an external API, and that API is going to be to download the media, because what we eventually want is the image, which is what this returns. Then, in order to get the URL from where to download the image, we need to choose, sorry, that might have been a little fast. We need to go over here and get data from an external API again, and that API is going to be our get media URL. Now, from here, we can get request data, entries, first items, changes, first items, value messages, first items, image ID. Then from here, we want to get the URL's URL. Essentially what we stored in the body, but just wrapped in another API call to download the image. Let's try this out. Here, I'm going to send something else. Click send. Hey.
Hey, is that your home?
No.
Oh, okay. We'll be there in 10 minutes.
Okay, bye.
See you. Bye.
So again, now that you know how to retrieve the image, you can add this same expression anywhere to send it in an email, to do anything. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you for watching.